Hi, it's Patty, and I have a card to show you today. It's using the Lemon Zest Bundle, and it says, if life gives you lemons, squeeze it for all it's worth. So I thought that was pretty cool saying. So this is the Lemon Zest stamps, and it's got some cute sayings, the one I just said, and then if life gives you lemons, chuck them right back. Or happy birthday to my main squeeze. If life gives you lemons, live it with zest. There's a lot of different combinations you can do. You've got the lemon and the leaves, and then a lemon slice. You can make this into orange, lime, pink grapefruit. You can make this yellow or green for lemons or lime. So it's a neat set. It comes with a punch, a builder punch, so it's got the lemon and the leaves, and we'll be using that today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my stamping and punching. So let me get some scraps, and we will start with the lemons. So let me, oh, I've got a little piece of something on there. So let me just mount up my lemon, and I'm going to stamp this in Daffodil Delight. I like this. I know there's some other colors you can use, other yellows, but I thought this was very lemony. How's that? It seems bright like a lemon should be. So I'm going to just stamp 2 of those, and then I'll stamp the leaves. And I'm doing the leaves in Garden Green, and I'm doing them in 2 shades. It's the same color. But what I'll do is I'll stamp direct and then I'll stamp off. So you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to stamp right on the cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp a second time to get the lighter shade of the same color. I believe it's called second generation. I just call it stamping off. But so I'm going to do the same thing with this leaf, and then I'll do it again. And I'll have to trim around this one. It looks like it's got some extra rubber there, but that's going to get punched out, so I'm not concerned at all with that. And then I'm going to stamp, while I'm stamping, the lemon on the inside of the card, and then I will stamp the sentiments. So the inside of my card is my standard layer of 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to stamp this in the bottom corner, just like I did here. Again, in Daffodil Delight. And it will just, you know, be stamped right off the page. Okay, and I will also, while I'm stamping, get my sentiments both on the outside and the inside. And I'm doing that in Early Espresso. I have this branch here, and that's Early Espresso, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute. So let's start with the outside of the card, and we'll do the If Life Gives You Lemons. Let me just mount that up. And with these stamps, I like to stamp it on paper, on my grid paper first. It's hard to line them up. I don't put the stickers on the back because I don't feel that it sticks very well to the block. So I can figure out pretty easily what the sentiment is without putting the stickers on. So I'm going to just go right down. I kind of use that as a guide. That looks good. So this is the outside. So I'm going to do this in the bottom corner. And I like to do my stamping first because if I mess up, I could just flip over the cardstock and I don't have all this other stuff on it yet. And then I'll do the inside, squeeze it for all it's worth. And let me just try to get that straight. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just stamp it, and I'm trying to see this bottom here. So I think that looks pretty straight. And we'll put it right there. Oh, see, I got the bottom there. I'm going to just flip it and do that again. That's the beauty of having 2 sides to the cardstock. So straight up and straight down. That's good. So now I need to do my lemon again. So bear with me. And let's get the lemon going. And then we'll be done with our stamping. So let's get this down here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the lemons. I don't know if you could see them. Again, on camera it doesn't look very shimmery, but in person the lemons and the slice really came out nice and shimmery. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Wink of Stella, and then we'll do our punching. So let me do this one first. And you just kind of paint this on. You can see where it is while you're here in person. It probably looks like I'm not doing anything, but that's okay. I think it just gives it, especially the slices, it looks a little shimmery and juicy. So let's just get these last couple done. And you could layer this as well, and it dries pretty quickly. I'm even going to do the rind here. Okay, so that's done. And now let me do the lemons, and I'm just going to kind of just go try to get the whole thing done. I'll do this quickly because you probably can't see what I'm doing. So I don't know if you can see that. It's got some shimmer to it. And we'll do this one, and I'll probably go back and fill in a little bit more. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, so let me put the top on, and we're going to put this aside because that's going to come later. So now we want to punch these out. So this is the punch builder, and it locks, so you open it up, and I like to punch from the bottom so I can see what I'm doing. And actually I'm going to cut around some of this so that we're not interfering with each part. And also when you do your punching, sometimes you have some corners that get in the way, so I like to just, you know, cut down some of it so that it's easy to fit in. The only thing is you don't want to cut too far, because then you have nothing to grab onto when you're doing the punch. So I will show you what I'm talking about, and if you end up doing that, I'll show you a way out of it. So let's start with some of the leaves, and there's two leaves. One has a stem and one does not, so this is the one that does not have the stem. Now see how I lose my little handle. So what I'll do is I'll take a piece of Post-it and just hold that on the end, so that I have something to line it up with. So let's just go in here, and there should be some white around the whole thing. Just line it up, and I like to just press it down a little bit till it locks it before I cut to get my final look. So that's one of them, and let's see if we can do this one. Yeah, I cut them down too far. Kind of what I said to be careful of, but it's a good lesson. So let's do this one. Oops. And come on out. So we've got two, and then we'll do the leaf. And this one, the other thing you want to be careful of is if you go all the way in like this, you want to make sure you don't have anything stamped here, because you're going to cut it up. So, and then one more leaf, and then we will do the lemons themselves. So this one, and I do like the two different colors. It gives it a nice natural look. You know, nature has lots of colors. So then the thing on the lemon is there's like a fatter side and a skinnier side, so you've got to make sure that you line that up okay. I'll see, it won't go in. Seems like it's getting stuck there. I'm going to put a little bit of the Post-it on this so I have a handle. And I probably should have paid more attention to how I was punching them on the paper, comparing it to how they would punch out. But let's see. one lemon, and let's see how we made out with this lemon. So we've got to get the fat side on the top. Yeah, there's a little bit of a corner here, so let me go around this corner. It's kind of getting caught in the punch. So it's very easy to punch them out. It's just the lining up that you just have to be careful of. Okay, so now we've got our punching done, and let me get rid of all of this junk here. Whoops. Just slide it on over, get it out of the way. Okay, so then I was trying to figure out how to hang these. So I did cut out a branch from this seasonal layers. So I used this branch. It's much too big, but I thought I would cut it down. If you didn't have that, you could probably just fussy cut, you know, or hand cut a branch. And I was trying to figure out, you know, what to do, how to handle it. So I cut off the edges of here. So let me just show you. This is the cover, or the outside. So I just kind of played with it and took my lemons, and I wanted to have the two of them hanging kind of at an angle like this. And I wanted to have the leaves behind it. So let me cut off. And what you'll end up doing, I'm just going to cut off this and this one and see where we're at. Between the lemons and the leaves, you're going to cover most of the branch, so I wouldn't worry about it. So I'm going to glue this on. Let me just see, I probably have to cut some more of that, and these should probably be hanging this way. I think the fat side is on the bottom. I should probably know that since I live in Florida and they grow lemons here. So let me just snip a little bit more of this. This is kind of just playing and seeing what works. And I'm going to let it hang off of the cardstock, and then I'm going to just cut it down. So I think that will work. I'm going to use my fine tip glue and just put that branch down and kind of eyeball it from here. So let me just add a little. And I'm going to be featuring this set all week. I'll do a video on Wednesday and Friday. I try to do my videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I had a couple of ideas with this set, so I'll be sharing them as the week goes on. Now I put the first lemon down with snail, and I just put the snail kind of in the middle because I want to be able to get underneath the top here with my leaves. So let's just, I think that would be good. So I wanted to be able to get like underneath that, and then I used the dimensionals for this one to pop it up a little bit, and then I can get the leaves you know, stuck in behind both of them. I like the way you can pop some things up, some of the images up, and some lay them flat. It gives a lot of nice dimension to the card. So that one can go like that. And then the leaves I just put down with snail. And I just put, you know, a little bit of snail in the center and just put them down. I don't think you need all that much snail on here. So I'm going to have one leaf kind of coming out of this guy, and try to alternate the colors a little bit. So we'll have him here. And that's okay if that comes off a little bit. And I'm going to try to get this one under here. Okay. So let me just snip this off. And then we're really ready to put the card together. So the dimensions I used, I have the leaves are in garden green and the lemons are in Daffodil Delight, so I use those as my layers. So the garden green is our standard 8.5 by 11, cut in half to be 5.5 by 11, and then scored at 4.25. And then I wanted to make just a thin border from the Daffodil Delight to the Garden Green. So the Daffodil Delight is 5 3/8 down and 4 1/8 across. So let me just adhere that. It's just a very thin border. And then we'll put our lemons on. Isn't that just, so bright and cheery? I think it's a neat card. I love the sentiments, and I think it's just the colors. The lemons are just, I don't know, just bright. So I'm just going to just put snail on the top and bottom of this. I think that's plenty for the inside of a card. And just kind of lay that down in the center. And then we're done. So there you go. They're a little bit different the way they're hanging on the tree. The leaves, everyone will be a little bit different, but I really like it. And stay tuned Wednesday. I'll be making another card using this bundle. And thank you for your time. Have a good day. Bye.